Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wozza here, and welcome back to another Thursday stream where, yes, we're back with the biggest and best Transformers, Earth Wars, news, tactics, whatever. Every Thursday, welcome back, guys. So, yes, big announcement today is Redgar and HEAP coming to the game. Been in testing, been in the stream, the official stream, and now everyone knows what they're all about. But I'm sure everyone's sort of seen the posts on what they can do. It's no secret that I've said previously, I said, listen, if Redgar comes out, this is what he's got to do. And pretty much I called it back then. And I'm so glad. And listen, I know some people have said, oh yeah, the apes listen to Wozza. I'm not the only person that said this, guys. It's pretty obvious that to the law, everyone was suggesting the same thing. It does show, though, that the apes are listening to the player base, which is really, really cool. But super hyped to be able to show these bots off to you guys, let you see what they are like. So, yes, looking at that today, we're also talking about G1 cores and sort of delving into those and whether new bots should have G1s or not. I know some people in the chat right now thinking, well, of course, Wozza, giving the new bots a G1 core is an amazing idea. It's great. Maybe not. Maybe it's not a good idea. And we'll be talking a bit into that. Why? Then we'll talk about an old bot that's probably come back into the meta and making some of these new, quite difficult bases super easy. So if you've got this bot, we're talking a bit about meta changes, things like that. But if you've got this bot, it can make some easy work of some of these bases. So we'll talk a bit about that as well. Obviously looking at Redgar and HEAP, talking about the playtest process, talk about my thoughts, how they've changed over the playtest, and then obviously we'll be doing the $40 gift card giveaway, which I'm super pleased to be able to do in time for the new endurance event. So if you're considering going for the new endurance, then this will be really good to help you buy a bundle to get through that event. So yes, if you are a platinum member to my channel, as of now, not during the stream, guys, sadly. If you are a platinum member as of now, then you are in that draw. And a big thank you as always to my platinum members. And also thank you to all members, basically. But don't forget, guys, if you want to be a member of the channel, you get access to videos long before they come out. We'll do some more this weekend. I'm looking at doing some more with Tex, some interviews with Dale. So that will be available to my members soon. Well, not soon, so I'm available to my members first when I've done that interview. So all these little perks of members and the platinum members all go in a $4 gift card every other month. So big thank you to all the members. So let's see who we've got in the chat, and then we can crack on with the stream. So who have we got? So we've got Penny Lancaster, who was first in the stream. We've got DDEX76, Grind Time, my brother from another mother. We've got Matt Poley as well. We've got Robert C4. We've got E-Rods. We have got ROFL Bozo. Good to see you again. Carnage Mac. Alright. Volcanicus #1. We've got Lord Avix, Cyber Inferno. We've got me. We've got Chris Harmon as well. We've got, who else have we got? Charlie Plays. We've got Luke. How's it going? We've got Kristen Jones. We've got my good friend Garrett as well. We've got Jarvis. Who else have we got? And we've got Candyman as well. So, yeah, I think there's a few problems with the notifications of me going live on YouTube. I'm not too sure why. So let me know, guys, if it works for you, the notification on YouTube. Where did you log into the stream? Was it through Discord? Let me know. But yeah, a few problems through YouTube, it feels. But yeah. Cool. Okay, let's have a look at the newsletter, then we can get straight into the new bots. So, Bar Week Nana Week Ninny Bong. So, this weekend's event is called Networking. Bit of a strange event name, but hey. So, this weekend's event is all about some Volcanicus and Predaking Combiner crystals. So they do these events every now and again, giving some crystals out, which is pretty cool. But it's a 500,000 point alliance event. So 60 crystals of Volcanicus or Predaking, some Combiner Spark, which you're going to need for the new Combiners. 200,000 Spark, 2,500 4-star shards, some 3-star shards, some prams. So yeah, a nice easy event before the endurance. Looking pretty good, like I said, scattered throughout. So a decent event to get some decent rewards. Not too high a point, limit before the endurance, which I like. And then game updates and information. So they've said that you decide. So they still want some opinions on what characters you want to see and things like that. So fill it out, guys. Put in who you would like to see. And then they've talked about the VIP rewards. So talks to Dale, and they said they're literally giving out hundreds more rewards than what they did with the old VIP system. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but according to their sort of figures, they are giving more away, which is always good for the game, giving more rewards away. But I do understand older players might be a bit annoyed because they've already spent and got to a point where maybe they don't need to. So Dale's looking into it anyway, he said. No promises, nothing like that. But he understands that a lot of the old players are a bit annoyed, so he's going to look at maybe looking into it. But there's no promises, guys. But yes, he said Redgar and Junk keep coming to the game, so obviously not going to read through that because we're going to give you my lowdown on them. So we'll go and do that soon. So yes, go and check out your content creator. So myself, obviously. Why would you not be here if you weren't? NJ Hoist, Freezes Max, and Soldier as well. And like we said, we are in week 7 of the saga. So combine that event, then we've got the endurance event next week. So I wouldn't spend on this event, guys. They have sort of opened the cap up from 500k, so you can keep getting XP. You can spend and get it if you want, but I'd advise you not to, guys. I'd advise you to save your money for next week and get some really, really good rewards for probably putting the same amount of effort in an alliance. Go and find yourself a good alliance. There's plenty of good alliances going for some decent rewards. If not, go in the Earth Wars Discord channel, and they will. I'm sure there'll be alliances in there you can have a look at. Community Corner, some decent pictures. I think the only one I can make out there is Swindle myself. Not too sure the other ones. But yeah, cool Swindle picture. And they're doing an emote picture on Discord. I did think of this and I was like, I don't know. But yeah. But I think, what can you win? Is it some 5-star shards or something else? Was it something else? I'm not too sure. But remember as well, if you are competing for the 5-star in the endurance event, then Space Ape are giving some toys away as gifts. So yeah, a cool little extra for competing. So consider that as well. No bug fixes this week, sadly. Although there is plenty. I did hit Dale up saying that even SG Jetfire was a bit bugged, because I've been feeling for quite a while now that it was a one-shot when I first got him, and I was like, he's just struggling to one-shot a bit, and I thought it was something, and I said in my chat, I said, I think SG Jetfire's not doing the right damage, and then text was saying, oh no, red alert's out. That's why I was like, oh yeah, but there's definitely something up. And I went to hit a target the other day, and he's sort of flying round it. And so I went back to my old stream when I tested SG Jetfire. This is when it came out. And he was literally hitting the target, flying around, going back. There was no circling. So that's definitely a bug. So and there was no like sort of 3 lasers like that. So I said to Dale that something's happened here where SG Jetfire is not quite doing what he should. The animation's too slow. So he said he's going to pass it on to the team. I'm going to look at that. So keep that in mind, guys. And hopefully we'll get a fix soon. And that is everything in terms of the news. Cool. So let's have a look in the news. In the chat. See what everyone is saying. So I did ask in the chat. I said, "Who's everyone leveling at the 5 stars?" So personally, I'm leveling Roadbuster. He's at level 49. Just need to finish him off this weekend. So yeah, it'll be a quiet weekend for me, waiting for next week. I'll probably get Scattershot to 40 and probably get Ultimate Optimus to 50 this weekend, I think. And just level them sort of free to play really to 50. It's quite easy getting to 50 and getting through the lab ready for next week. That is the plan. Chris Hammond is leveling him up at 50, level 8 and all except half shell. He's maxed. Yeah, but I presume he went for the event when he was in endurance, and that's why. So yeah, let me know. Is he good? I'm leveling him, so or you know his Autobot counterpart. So let me know what he's like in the chat. Two cooking at 50. I think a lot of people have them at 50 most there, unless you grind time. Using them for farming. Couple I really think are underrated. Cyber Inferno said maybe. Penny Lancaster's 8 as well. Got to still out 2 it seems with Redgar showing up on the scene. Well, maybe. Penny Lancaster pulled Optimal as well. I think him and Scattershot meant to work together. It's expensive though, isn't it? When you've got Skids and you've got Rust Dust that can do the same for less cost and stay further back, then I'm not too sure. Chris Harmon, I want Malleus maxed out. Looks good, it looks good. Grind Siren, Rotorstorm might make it into my war team. Still testing. Yeah, I don't know. I think Rotorstorm for me is probably one of the worst ones out of the batch. But I think if you got Sentius as well, then it might work well together. But the 2 that didn't pull. Don't want to give away. But yeah. Penny Lancaster, everyone talks about Rotorstorm. So it's just too expensive. Personally, I think Whirl is a better bot. Oh, God, no. Whirl's awful, in my opinion. I believe that the rocket ability is a bit stronger than Prowl, actually, which is pretty good. But the flame ability is just terrible. Really terrible. Garrett didn't pull from the new batch. Went for batch 2 and got 5-star Optimus. Nice. I wouldn't like a 5-star Optimus. I would. But there's a couple in that batch that I did want. Grind Time as well. Went for Optimus on his alt account and got him. Nice. A lot of Optimuses dropping. Penny Lancaster, what's the chances they will nerf Redgar like Skids? I don't think they will. I don't think they can. We'll talk about that shortly anyway. Grind Time, we'll talk about the bot, so I won't go through the comments about Redgar because we're going to talk about him shortly. What else? Grind Time's putting, just give me my gift card now, was I? No need to drag it out until the end of the stream. Yeah, I think Grind Time's won 2. It went for a long time not winning it and won 2 in close succession. So yeah, well done. Penny Lancaster, keep refreshing for YouTube. Is that just with my stream or is that everyone's? Let me know. Because I get notifications of freezes, but I don't get sound notifications. I have to actually like look on YouTube and then I get notifications there. It doesn't come past my phone. I don't know. It might be a setting that I've got wrong. Grind Time, Discord. Chris Harmon, yeah, it's not bringing your video up till 2 minutes before you start. Oh, okay. Weird. Yeah, Sam Inferno got YouTube. Yeah, Discord. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, guys. Anyway, and yeah. Chris Harmon, I love half shell. Seriously good for sank farming and raids. Yeah, good. Cool. Okay, let's go into the game and we'll talk a bit about some bits that I want to talk about. Okay, so I mentioned earlier we're going to talk about G1 cores and not I wouldn't say their relevance, but I would say whether or not they should come out with the new 5-stars. So what do you guys think? Let's test the water first. So I like to do this. I like to sort of see, like, you know, have you really thought it through? And I like to think, like, you know, right now, would you like to see, you know, Redgar's G1 come out with him on release? Would you like his G1 available, you know, very soon after he's released? And the ability. Do you like this process where the bot comes out with ability 11 already, G1 core, ready to get? You know, are we sort of happy with this? Put it in the chat, guys, before we sort of continue. So obviously the current process is that as play testers, we will balance the new bot, we'll balance ability 11, we'll balance the G1 core, we'll balance it all around the bot, and then we'll bring the bot out, usually with ability 11 when it released, I believe, and then G1 core will come out about 4 to 6 weeks later in bundles. So within about 8 weeks, pretty much, you can have the bot maxed out, totally, completely, with ability 11, with G1, done, dusted, all of it, which is pretty cool, right? Yeah, we agree that's pretty cool, yeah. So yeah, there's a few different comments on there. Yeah. See, yeah. I got some mixed sort of comments around. No, it shouldn't. Yes, it should, and things like that. And this is my sort of thinking, and I was thinking about this with Redgar with other bots. So we sort of said like, listen, as player testers, we're going to balance the bot around the current meta and what we think works. So right now, a lot of the bases are heavy resources at the front, and then backloaded with all the defenses. So at the minute, there's loads of points out front available. So when we balance the bot right now, we're thinking, yeah, balance. Points are in abundance. We can do whatever. So we balance the bot. We balance the bot. The G1 core, ability 11, done. Bot is ready to go. So then that bot then, in 6 months' time, the meta changes. Something happens where this bot is no longer relevant. And it might be 6 months, might be a year, might be 2 years. But you understand what I'm saying, that the meta does change and bots become less relevant and more relevant. So all of a sudden, a bot from the past becomes more relevant. And then some bots are going wayward. So then we look at these bots and we think, right, how can we make these bots better? Now, we can look at some other bots. We can look at some older bots. So we can look at the likes of the last batch and go, right, how can we make these bots relevant? Let's give them ability 11 and let's give them this. This is why they're struggling in the current meta. Let's give them a G1 core that does this because this is why they're struggling in the current meta. The problem we've got is when we're releasing these new 5 stars with everything, they're done. There's no adding ability 11. There's no adding the G1 core. They're done. So what we can do is, in another year's time, the bots that don't have ability 11 G1, we can make them relevant again. We can give them something to make them relevant, but we can't do that with these new bots. If we release Ariel, like we have done, and she's not in the meta, she's not. That's it. And I don't see a way back for them because that's it. There's no ceiling to go past. They're there. That's it. That is a ceiling. That's as good as they're going to get. And that's what kind of worries me a bit. It's because playtesters sometimes are a bit cautious in some things. Some bots we think, oh, that could be a bit too powerful with the ability then with the G1. But we can't see into the future. We don't know what's coming for the next HQ phase. We don't know what's coming for HQ19 even. So for HQ19, I'm trying to think of a bot off the top of my head. Let's say Twin Twist is struggling. Let's give him a G1 core. Okay, Twin Twist is now he's back in the meta. Who else is struggling? Oh, Minerva's struggling. Right, let's give her ability 11. Now she's back in the meta. But Ariel's struggling. She's struggling. That's it. There's no way back for Ariel. So we might find some older bots come into the meta again and get improved with these ability 11 because the apes have said that they're going to bring more out. But I feel like these new bots that we're doing for playtest, we can't make them overpowered right now. So we're balancing them with everything for this meta. And that kind of worries me a bit. So I'm not convinced actually that giving these bots ability 11 and a G1 core now is that good. So for example, with Roadbuster, we give him extra range and as part of his G1 core. Why didn't we balance him with that range without the G1 core? Why couldn't you just have that range with ability 10 and that's him? That's how he's balanced. And then in a year or two's time, we can look at him and go, you know what? He's not quite doing as he should. It's not how we saw how the playtesters envisaged him being used and being useful enough. We can give him a boost with a G1 ability or with ability 11. We can give him that boost. And I'm not, like I said, I think that it's a bad idea actually giving these new bots ability 11 and G1. So what do you guys think? Is it a good idea giving this G1 ability 11 still? It's cool. I get it. It's something to aim towards. It's something to chase maybe for these bots. But just keep in mind that once you've got this bot maxed out, that is pretty much it. I won't say forever because you don't know what's coming round. But in terms of the current state with ability 11 and G1, that's it. There's no improving them later on. They're there. So, I'm not convinced. What do you think? Let me know. Looking in the chat. See, yeah, that's a counter argument. Charlie plays this, but yeah, it makes it more transparent when you're chasing. Yeah, you are right. But like I said, so just to give you a bit of an example, so you know, you've got a good example is Roadbuster. So you've got Roadbuster with the ability 11, with the G1, and it increased special ability damage by 15.5 point. Why can't we just give him 12,846 without the G1 core? Without the bot specific core, just give him 12,846 without that. What is that G1 core actually doing? It's just making it give us something to chase. That's all it's doing. That G1 core is not really doing much. If you understand what I'm saying. You know, giving 12846 without the G1, giving that G1 later down the line, it might be healing that he needs. It might be a shield that he needs. It might be something else that he needs. He might need more damage for HQ19, and we can give him that. But right now, this is that bot done, which worries me a bit. You know, I want to level this guy, but I'm thinking 12846 right now is a one shot everything. But eventually, maybe not. And we can't always rely on level 75 because it might never come. You never know. Yeah, Volcanic's number one's got a good point as well. I think it's her older bots getting ability 11. Yeah. I agree with that as well, though, yeah. Unless there's a massive upgrade with the older bots, S11, there's no need to get them. Yeah. What else? What else? Cool. Okay, so let's crack on again. So, I did mention that with these sort of backloaded defenses, everyone's struggling really with these bases. There's a few ways to beat them. Obviously, there's walking, you can rush them, but like I said, there's an old bot that's come back into the meta that's actually been really, really impressive. And as I've seen him in wars, I'm like, wow, I wish I had that guy, and I don't. But I did consider chasing him. HQ 17 days, I think it was. And then the healing build bots sort of like became part of the meta when the Micronus core came out. When the healing build bots coupled with the Micronus core and Alchemist were making that sort of cluster indestructible. And at that point there, he became obsolete. He even got ability 11, which people thought would be OP. It wasn't. And it didn't bring the bot back to life. But now that sort of healing cores have gone away and everyone's running FFD because of pipes. Everyone's running anti-healing cores because of Minerva. So because of that, we've got a bot that's working really well in these current bases. And that bot is Warpath. And because he can literally get the length of the map, it can get quite expensive using him, but with all these resource buildings at the front, it's easy to get these points back. And it's very simple what people are doing. And so, nice and simple. All they are doing is dropping Warpath and taking out these build bots from range. And Transformation Mine, not a problem. So obviously got 5-star Warpath maxed out with his G1 core. You can use Volatile Mixture, just his G1 core gets him a bit more. We've got Top Heavy as well on him, just to increase that damage. But we're just going to go through the build bots. There we go, 1, putting gas on. There's 2. Build bots down, and then again, I've not even set this base up, but let's try and catch both of these build bots if we can. Oh, we're not quite getting both. But I'm sure we can take them, one of them out at least. There we go. Cool. So now this situation, we probably take that one out actually, and then leave these two to get to the closer together. And now, I mean, if I was actually attacking this base properly, I'd probably drop a few more gunners than just the one, but I wanted to just emphasize that this bot can literally go from A to B, straight through the build bot, straight through defenses, taking a massive chunk out. all you got to do is avoid these healing cores. But I've seen quite a few players in Horde now using him. Even the 4-star. Even the 4-star will do a job. So let's get the 4-star up. Let's give him a volatile mixture. So we're not going to put the G1 on. We're going to put a volatile mixture on. There we go. I'll give him ability 11 just because that glass gas, so it makes it dead easy to do when you've got Zen, anyway. When you've got Zen, it's easy. Give me a second, guys. Five-star, sorry. I'll take the 5-star out and try again. Try again. So, Gunners, 4-star, Gunners. What the hell is it? There it is. Cool. Hard mode, Prime League, as always. Cool. So, 4-star Warpath. Get caught by the mine, obviously. Let's go through that there. Go through that there. There you go. Build bots down. And then let's take it through there. And let's take it through there. Okay, and put a boost on that. Let's try and get rid of that. Get rid of that minute so it doesn't kill him. She's Warpath again. Take out some more structures. So you can see there, oh, we've used Warpath, took out some good structures. As long as you're avoiding that healing cluster, then honestly, it works absolutely amazing. I think Tex did a run against my base and took out a third of the base just using Warpath maxed out. Before he even dropped another bot. And it was quite disheartening, if I'm honest with you, to see that in play. And don't forget, that was just the 4-star, guys. Let's put the 5-star back in again and see what we can actually do to this base. Let's go from the other angle. So I'm going to try and avoid this healing cluster around here. So we've got my Cronus up there. Probably got Alchemist somewhere around here as well. Somewhere. But yeah, let's avoid this. So I want to try and take out all this cluster here. Do that. We're going to drop 2 gunners down here to get some points back. Then we're going to go through these defenses. I think we'll go through there, I think. There's 1. There's 2. Then we can go through these fences here. Go through these. There's 1. There's 2. Then we'll go through these fences again. We'll use a boost there as well. And you see there, yeah, we've used all our bullet points. Got a bit overkill. But you can see there that all this sort of front structure around here, all this side here, has made this bit a lot easier and a lot more clear than what it would have been using the 1 bot. And I think when Tex attacked me, he actually lost 1 bot. And I think a lot of Horde guys are actually using this now to really good effect, just to take out the build bots and clear an area. So give it a whirl, guys. Honestly, if you've got Warpath leveled up to the 5-star, I suggest really trying to use him. Really good bot. It's really good effect. helps get these sort of backloaded, especially when the billboards are right at the back. They can be really nasty to get to unless you've got some really long distance spots. But yeah, I find him really useful. Pretty gutted I haven't got him as a 5-star, if I'm honest with you. I'm making some short work out of these back-loaded bases. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Grant made a good point as well. Don't forget you can damage the enemy Titan as well. I forgot about that as well. I might have looked at the replay. That's probably what happened as well. So, yeah. Cyber Inferno. Well, guess I had well past that list to level. Yeah, when you've got pipes and them FFDs are really a problem, or when you've got Minerva and those healing billbots are a real problem, then very easy to get to a warpath. And you just get the points back at the front. Very, very easy. And someone else mentioned in the chat about using Smokescreen as well. You can use Smokescreen as well. It's not got the same range as Inferno. A bit more costly on what you get overall, but still amazing, honestly. And Chris Harmon's, but I love Skull Smasher. Honestly, really, really good in this current meta. Really good. Cool. Yeah, give it a try. I would advise everyone. Okay, let's crack on. Let's get a look at Redgar and Junk Heap. So, I'm going to show Junk Heap first. I'm not sure they showed them in the stream. I was sort of listening in the car, but I know there's some problems. So, let's show Junk Heap first. I know there's been a bit of criticism, especially from me, around this bot being a Decepticon. I'm not too happy with it. He's even in Autobot colours. He's even got the Autobot eyes in red, but I don't know. I just think it's very Autobot-ish. That's a word. But yeah, still very cool, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I said, you know, why don't you just make Redgar, Autobot, and Decepticon? Like, no. You know, like Snapdragon. I don't see why they brought Junk Heap. And also why they can't have Redgar for both as such, really. A bit like Double Dealer. He's a bit like a mercenary as such because of Junkion. But hey, this is what decided. I think it's more from Hasbro rather than the apes. They probably asked, you know, can they pair someone with Redgar, and maybe this is what they come up with. I don't know. But yeah, still looks pretty cool regardless. It's a Junkion, and let's be honest, it is a bit disappointing that you got it. You look like an Autobot, but it's more about what the ability does. That's what's most important. And then Autobots, we've got Redgar here. Going to healers, make it a bit easier. So Redgar with his G1, looking very G1-ish, if that's a word. But yeah, pretty cool. Redgar does look cool. There we go. There's Redgar as a G1. Very cool. And let's take a look at the abilities. I know there's some screenshots going around, things like that, but we do need to do a bit of a disclaimer, guys. And the reason I'm about to do a disclaimer, I don't mind telling you guys, is because I've actually had a couple of people actually stealing my content and using it as their own, which I was a bit annoyed about. I'm not going to lie. So just looking for content, what other people are doing. It's like, oh, do that. I wonder what Freezes is doing. I wonder what, you know, Grind Time's doing when he used to do streams. And watch the people think, oh, I like what they do, and I like that, and that gives me a good idea on something I can do. And even people that aren't even in Earth Wars, I go and watch other people's streams and watch what they're doing and try and really bring that into the game. If I'm honest with you, that's where the bot rinsing came from a while back. And that came from another channel that used to send your PC builds in, and he would criticize it and make fun out of it. And that's where that idea come from. So, yeah, I was just looking for some similar content to mine, and yeah, something came up, and I was like, all right, that looks a lot like my video. And then looked into it and realized it was. Compared the screenshots, compared the frames. I was like, it actually is my video. And I thought, should I complain to YouTube? And I thought, no, I'll leave it. I won't bother. Leave it as it is. You know, they were quite a small YouTuber in terms of things. I thought, you know, let them have it. It's fine. And then a couple of days later, looking again, similar sort of thing, looking what I can do for my streams for different. And then found another video that was again my content that someone else had used. I was like, what? What is going on? So yeah, I sort of hit them up and was like, this is not good. Like, if you want to use my content, listen, you know, first of all, come and ask me and come and say, listen, come and use that, you know. And two, just give the person some credit. You know, if I use a few times, I've used like pictures of other people and I find out who's done the picture. I've got this picture's by this person. It's really, really cool. I just sort of give them a bit of a heads up that, you know, this is where you got it from. It's not cool to sort of steal someone else's content as your own, try and hide the fact, which is what they did. So, yeah. So now we're stuck with doing watermarks, sadly. So, yeah, there you go. That's the news. Anyway, so let's have a look at Redgar. So, Redgar, here we go. So, we've got him. We'll take his G1 out for now. We'll come back to it in a second. We will show it though. So we've got at 70-10, we've got tag any ally in the battlefield, including yourself. But when it says that, I said that sounds a bit confusing. What that means is that you don't tag an ally and you get the ability as well. It means you can tag yourself. So just to clear that up, guys. When the ally or you are about to die, revive them or yourself with 80% health. So basically, it's like a vector core in a way. I think it still needs clearing up. I did say to the apes that this is a bit confusing, the whole wording. For me, it should be tag anyone on the battlefield. In brackets, you can tag yourself. When the tag bot dies, you can revive them. It's a lot simpler. It's a lot shorter. But anyway, be a bit critical. But yeah. But yeah, we're still back with 80% health. You also grant the ally or yourself, again, really confusing, invulnerability for 6 seconds. So, in layman's terms, how this works is you tag a bot and the bot will come back to life. That's in layman's terms. But we're going to go through the pros, the cons, and everything else. So, what does Ability 11 do? So, Ability 11 literally just brings them back with 100% health. So, I wouldn't say it's a massive difference, but it's decent. It's alright. I like that. You know, from 80 to 100 gives a bit more health. But going back to talk about the G1 cores, you know, why not make it 100% health at Ability 10? Why not leave him at 10 as he is right now, but give him 100% health to come back with? And then forget Ability 11 for now. Come back to it later. That's my view anyway. That's how I sort of see it. But yeah, cool Ability 11. Now, 6 plus 8. There has been a lot of talk about the cost. So when we first got this bot, it was pretty good right out the bat. And there was three main conversations about this bot. One was how it heals, one was about its cost, and the other one was about its G1 core and what it should do. We were all happy with the ability. I think it's really good. The Ability 11 is good. No problem with that. So I think the initial cost was like 10 plus 5 or something stupid like that. And I just said, that is ridiculous. And I know some people have looked at that and gone, 6 plus 8 is really, really cheap. But here's how I put it down. That if you use this ability, which costs 6 ability points, which is not cheap. I wouldn't say it's really expensive, but it's not cheap. And your bot doesn't die or battle. That's 6 ability points wasted. If you use this at the beginning of a battle, because you can use it at any point, and that bot doesn't die for 2.5 minutes, and then dies with 30 seconds left maybe, or dies right at the end of the battle, you've kind of wasted 6 ability points, because by that point then you don't really need him. And you can't control when he's going to die unless you're going to sacrifice him. So you kind of use it as an insurance. So when you get insurance on your house, you might never use it. You might pay insurance all your life, and you might never use that insurance. So you think, but is that a good thing then, paying that insurance? You're wasting all that money. But it's a what if. What if this happens? And that's what Redgar is. He's a what if this happens? You're going to get a bot back. If you make a mistake and you lose a bot, you can get it back. But is that something you can plan in though, maybe? In some bots, yeah, you can plan it in some certain attacks, which we'll talk about. But for me, it's insurance. That's what I see it as. But anyway, a G1 core is not set yet, but we'll talk a bit about the process as well. So, like I said about the G1 core, at first it gave them a shield. And we talked about the FFDs. And the 8 come back and said, alright, the G1 core, the bot that come back to life will have a shield or Redgar, I can't remember which one it is now. But but it's not affected by the FFD. And straight away I was like, whoa, no. We can't start having exceptions. I hate exceptions to rules. I really detest it. If a bot is affected by FFD, if FFD affects shields, it affects shields. It affects invulnerability, it affects invulnerability. If an anti-build bot affects healing, anti-healing build bot, sorry, affects healing, it affects healing. End of. If it's an exception, it needs to be in that particular description. We don't want to have a part where we're like, oh, listen, the FFD stops all protection, all invulnerability, apart from this bot, apart from that bot, apart from this. It makes it very confusing for players that don't know because there's exceptions to the rule, and you can't sort of say like, well, why is that bot not? And I sort of said, they went, oh, well, no, this shield is damage absorption. I was like, well, what about red alert then? Red alert is damage absorption. So if damage absorption is not affected by FFD, you need to change that for red alert as well then. Do we go look into other bots that have got damage absorption and they're not affected by FFD? And all of a sudden you're opening a massive can of worms. So I said to them, I said, listen, you can't have this. You can't have something that's not affected by FFD. And I've said all along, I said, listen, I'm not 100% sold on this bot. As it is, as you can see on the screen right now. And I said, the problem being is that it needs something else. It needs to be, if you bless this bot and it goes the entire battle without dying, what have I gained? And that was my big issue. And I put an idea forward. I went, this is what I would like. If you can do this, I'm sold. I'm sold on the bot. There's a bit of back and forth on it, but I think most players are sort of like, yeah, I kind of agree with that. That we shouldn't have things that are exceptions to rules. And this would make it good because then it's still getting used to the ability. And literally, I think they've just changed this today. So you might have seen Freez's stream and seen something else. I think he mentioned that G1 wasn't done. And this is not balanced completely. But this is where they're sort of going with it. So healing is increased by 17.4%. So similar to a Ray booster. But the bot that's tagged by the ability rejuvenates health equal to 100% of the caster's base healing every 3 seconds until they are revived. So in this case, Redgar's base healing is 341. So whatever bot you hit with the, what do you want to call it, his ability, whether you tag with it, will get 340 healing back every 3 seconds until it dies. Brilliant. I think that is absolutely amazing. So the options you've got is you can bless tanks, so you can bless pipes. You might send pipes in, you might lose pipes, big disaster, you come back to life again. For the entirety of the battle, pipes gains health. Now you could say, well, why would you want to do that, Wozza? Why would you want to gain health? You want him to die, but what if you don't want him to die? What if you're using this bot as insurance? What if you're just there for insurance? You don't plan on losing a bot. And I said this, I said, I don't like abilities where if your bot dies, if your bot goes down to 40% health, I don't plan into a battle any of my bots going down at low in health. I want to keep them topped up. So I want something that's going to say, listen, if the bot doesn't die, it's still got a benefit. And this for me is brilliant. It still regens health for the rest of the battle. It tries to keep him alive. But you know what? If he does die, then he comes back. And then just the healing stops. So if you lose that bot within 40 seconds of the battle, alright, you got him back. But you've only got 40 seconds of healing. If you can go the whole battle without losing him, yeah, you lost them 6 ability points. But you know what? Those 6 ability points are still good spent because you've got a reju effect on the bot. And I think this is absolutely amazing. Honestly, I'm not just trying to blow smoke up my own backside saying like, because I sort of push for this, but I like the idea of everything in the game. Whereas if it's below 40%, this happens, but until then, this happens. And that's why I'm not too keen on the Onyx core, if I'm honest with you. Below 40%, your bot's DPS increases. No. It should maybe be your bot's DPS increases from 100% down to 40, and then below 40, it gets something else. That's for me how it should work. So you're always getting a benefit out of the ability. But let's talk about it, and let's have a look at it in battle. I'm not going to put a G1 core on because it's still in testing, but let's take a look. Okay, so got a beam laser there. So we'll put a lower health. We'll put Robusta down there. We'll put Redgar down. So we can literally use Redgar right now. You can see his range is absolutely huge. Entire map, so anywhere on the map. So literally, we put this down. We can bless him, and he'll start to heal him. Beam laser taking him out, losing health. The apes have said they're going to try and put some sort of visual effect on so you know it's that bot that has been blessed. But as he takes damage, and yeah, he's going to kill that defense, which is not going to help. There he is. You can see, bang, back to 80% health. So don't forget we haven't given ability 11 yet, but back to 80% health. So what we could do now is, you know what? We can bless him again. We can bless him again now that he's back to life. Then he starts taking damage again. He's going to die again. Boom! Back to 80% health again. And you know what? We can bless him again. We can keep doing this over and over. Now, I wouldn't use it twice because it's going to override it. So if you bless again, you're only going to get one revival. So you need to really wait until he's revived back to do that. But as you can see, really, really cool. Now, as a few of you might have noticed, he's healing, kind of a bit of a discussion. So he actually heals like first aid, not like Minerva, like Ratchet, and like Wheeljack. He heals in an area, not directly. So when we compare his stats to the others, so when you compare to Minerva, so Minerva heals a 466 to one bot. Direct healing for one bot. When you look at Ratchet, 455 healing to one bot. But obviously when you compare, let's go on healers, make it easier. But when you compare Redgar, it's only 341, but it's in an area, so he heals for more bots. So once you get, if you're just healing one bot, he's not going to heal for as much. But if you can keep your team in a cluster, you're going to get a lot more healing out of that. You're going to get 341 in an area. When you compare that to the likes of First Aid, who has 296 in an area, it's a direct upgrade from First Aid. And also what you have to consider is the health. So Minerva's health is at 10k at 67. Ratchet's at 13k. And Redgar's at 16k, I think it is, 15.5k. So a lot more health as well. So it's a health upgrade, it's a healing upgrade. Now, if you're looking for a bot to heal one bot, then Redgar's not going to do quite as much. But like I said, an area going to be really, really good. If you equip Rung, he will do more healing to the bot he's trying to heal, but less AoE healing. So I believe you add Rung, that might go up to like 450 maybe, but it'd be 450 to the main bot, and then around that, I think Rung does like, is it 30% in an area, something like that? Then he will get like 120 to everything else in that area. So it's not really a good idea putting Rung on a bot like Redgar combat bot wise. So if you're looking for a combat bot for Redgar, I would probably advise a minion, if I'm honest with you. I think a minion combat would look really good on him, work really well. So the likes of Zor, or the likes of Sidetrack, or the likes of Growl, if you're a Decepticon. Some minion combats work really well. So I'm sure you're thinking, Wozza, you've just said the bot's really good, ability down is really good, G1 core's really good, some good combat equipped, does a lot of healing, has a lot of health. What's the bad bit? And there's only one bad thing about this bot, and it's not a massive deal. And for me, I like that. I don't like a bot that's all powerful. Like it's like, you know, when we talk about Minerva, amazing ability, amazing healing, but lacks health. that's her downfall, is her health. You know, when you look at Wheeljack, speeds up bots, really good healing, really quick, but the healing he gives in that splash is not that much. So every bot should sort of have a downfall in some way. If it's sits guns, you know, range. Well, no, that's good range actually, but you know, if it's sits guns cost, that's his downfall. You know, yes, Redgar's cost is semi-high, you know, but that's probably sits guns downfall. You know, Brainstorm's downfall is that. You know, is the cost as well, and you know, Smoke Screen's downfall, great damage, but it's his health. So every bot should have some sort of downfall. And the one downfall Redgar has is that when you bring this bot back to life, the anti-healing cores affect that healing amount. So if we put the beam lasers in and put this core down, so to make this a bit easier, let's give Redgar ability 11. So it will bring the bot back to 100% health. Oh, and thank you, Junior Mustard, for subscribing. Much appreciated, bud. So let's put Skids down. Let's put Redgar down. So Skids go forwards a bit when he chooses to. Should have put Robust down really so he gets there quicker, but hey, sorry guys. And there we go. So I can see now Skids taking damage. So I'm gonna hit him with the blessing to bring him back to life again. And then under the anti-healing core, when he dies, he only comes back with 20% health because the healing build bot blocks a portion of that health. It blocks 80% at a max level. So it just means that if you want to use Redgar, then you need to take out them anti-healing build bots because they reduce 80% of the health. Now I know some people in the chat have been saying, oh yeah, I'm going to backdoor this base and all that. You know what? That's fine. Because you know what? If people don't want you to backdoor the base, use anti-healing build bots. You've got your answer there. Because then you've got to use a cost to take all them out. And then you've got to then use Redgar's ability, which is going to cost you as well. So that's why the repeat cost is still quite high. So I'm fine with that. It's a counter for Redgar. Every bot should have some sort of counter. And this is his counter. But it's not a big deal, guys. As we keep saying, you've got these build bots that are affecting a bot's use. Just take them out. You know, same for Trax. When Trax was, you know, in the meta and the FFD came out, the force field disruptors that stopped Trax's use. Everyone was like, oh my god, I'm losing their minds. But, you know, just take the build bot out and you can still use Trax. But I like the way that this is going now. It's starting to sort of become a thing where you can look at a base and go, okay, this is why Warpaths come back, because no one's using the healing build bots. You know, when the FFD was not around, Pipes was all powerful. Now with people running FFD, Pipes is, I would say, struggling. He's still probably the best bot in the game, but it's something to consider. It's a counter for Pipes. But as we counter Pipes with FFDs, it brings Warpath back into the game again. So, you know, as people are looking for glass gas mines, you know, the motion sensors are used less. That means it opens for sack attack again. So as the meta shifts, all bots become more relevant again. So I really, really do like that. And I really do like this bot. And literally today, in the Horde chat, people were saying to me, Wozza, what are you thinking about the new bot? Are you going for the 5-star? I was like, I don't know. Like, well, we need your bidding, basically. You know, what you're going to do. I was like, I don't know, guys. It all depends on the G1 core and what it's going to give him. If it gives protection for the FFD, with the amount of FFDs around now and the amount of protection from pipes and things like that, I'm not too sold on that. If it gives something else like healing, because I think it was 10% reduction in damage before that, and I weren't feeling that at all. I was like, but if it gives something else, which I couldn't say at the time, but it was healing, which we all, well, quite a few of us asked for. I was like, if it gives healing, I'm sold and I'm in. Now, the last bot that I went for in endurance was Brawl, because I said if a stun meta comes out, then he's going to be huge. I've already got Bumblebee. I needed Brawl as well. Although Brawl's not quite in the meta yet. Really high damage, low cost, low repeat cost. I could see him being really useful if that meta goes that way in terms of like the fire and acid has gone with electric. Same sort of way, I could see him being really useful. Before that, the last one that I've gone for... Oh, and apologies, looks like my camera's just shut off. But the last bot... Hey, never back. But, before Brawn, the last bot that I went for... I can't remember, guys. It was a while ago. It was definitely last year. So this is the first endurance bot this year that I'm happy to say that I'm going to go for. And really pleased with the way that the apes are going with these bots now. And weren't too impressed with Ariel, weren't too impressed with Redgar, low tier use, but really, really impressed with this guy, guys, honestly. And I even said in the chat, is he better than Minerva? In terms of healing, no, I don't think he is. And people will say, but it's a healer, Wozza. So, of course, if Minerva's better at healing than Redgar, then surely he's not as good. It's a different kind of bot. He's not as good as Minerva, but with healing, it just has an extra element of healing into him. And that insurance added to a bot can be really, really important when something goes wrong. And that does happen to me sometimes where I plan something and I lose a key bot. It might be Brainstorm, so I can't take out the SG Cluster. It might be SG Jetfire. And so sometimes you've got to take a plan B for that insurance. But this is even plan C. And especially with these front-loaded based on resources, I think Redgar is going to be absolutely huge and might even single-handedly change the meta like Pipes did. That important. So, if you're on the fence about going for the 5-star, guys, honestly, I would advise you to go for it. If you're a low-level player and you think you can go for the 4-star, even if it's free to play, doing about 35k, I'd advise you to go for it. Because even the 4-star is looking really, really good. So, yeah. Get in there, guys. Go and get this 5-star. Looking really, really good. I don't think you're going to regret it going for it. I think it's going to be always decent in the meta. You're always going to need a bot back to life. So, yeah. Let me know what your plans for endurance are. And if you are going for it, then good luck, guys. Joker, Alpha Trial looks like a must for that high cost healer. Why Alpha Trial? You mean the extra healing? Don't know. Can I make the watermarks more translucent? I can now, but sadly not. I need to make sure that people are not stealing the content. So sadly not. COD King has put, what would you recommend going for the 5-star Redgar in the event or wait till it comes into a batch? It's a hard one. It depends if you're willing to go into the insurance or not, whether you can afford it and things like that. But it will come to a batch eventually. But you're talking, we'll put it this way, Braun's not in a batch yet. And Braun came out in, was it February, I think, March? Braun came out, and he's still not out. So, is he the next one going in, I think? So, you're talking like 9 months that you're going to wait for Redgar. Even more, because I sort of talked to Dale a while back and sort of said, listen, how is this going to work, Dale? So, you've got a new bot every 8 weeks. And if you put 2 bots in the batch, let's just say that from now until forever, they put 2 endurance bots in the batch. So, if they wanted to do that, then the next batch would have Braun and Ariel. Now, the next batch is probably not coming out now until November. So you've got Braun and Ariel in November's batch. And Ariel came out in May, I think it was. So you're talking like a good 6-7 months before they come into a batch. But then the next batch is like next April. And you're talking Alpha Trion and this. You're talking 9 months maybe before they come out. And all of a sudden, every time they put 2 in the batch, it's extending and extending and extending. And they don't have the capability to bring out a new batch every 16 weeks. That's if they have 2 in each batch. If they have 1 in each batch, they need to bring out a new 5-star batch every 8 weeks going forwards. So eventually the gap is going to widen with these endurance bots to maybe a year even if they keep going the way they're going. So they've got to work something out about how to get these 5-stars in these batches. If I've learned anything about their planning, I don't think they're going to plan that far ahead. So if you're willing to wait a year for Redgar, then I would say, yeah, wait. If you're quite flush with 5-star shards, if you've got quite a few, then I would say wait. If you're not flush with 5-star shards and you can afford the endurance and not willing to wait, 100% go for this bot. And you've got to think that even if you do get it, you can use that to level some bots. There's some bots that I want to level, so I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to tie it in. I'm going to get some 5-star shards. I'm going to get the new 5-star Redgar. I'm going to level some bots that I need to for my war team. Win, win, win. So this is why I don't do every single endurance. I sort of wait for a special bot and use that opportunity to really, really grind and really, really level some good bots. And this is opportunity. This is the one. I weren't keen on Alpha Trion. I weren't keen on Aerial, so I didn't bother with endurance bots. Even though for Aerial, I was actually off that weekend and I took the weekend off pretty much. Just did some chill out. But yeah, I really see value in this bot. I think he's really, really good. And I'm pleased that I can sit here and say that. I'm very critical of these bots. And I do sit in most of the time and go, don't bother, guys. Not that good. Can't see any use for it. Alpha Trion, I said, yeah, he's all right. Braun, I said, yeah, he's decent. Yeah, I can see him being a good bot in the future meta, which I still can. Alpha Trion, I was like, yeah. Area, sorry, I thought, yeah, it's all right, but I'm not a fan of control bots like that. I like my tanks to be tanky, and I like my damage bots to do damage. And same with Alpha Trion. But I like my healers to heal. And healing is pretty much even better than bringing a bot to life. It's even better than healing. But yeah, better than Minerva, maybe. Different than Minerva, yes. You know, unique, 100%, and that's what I like about this. It's very, very unique. So yeah. Calvin, this is the first time I wasn't intentionally trying to kill a bot. Yeah, Robert Schultz just put, I'm glad they come into the game. Twitcher would have been like a Merc, like double dealer. Yeah, both had Redgar. I agree with that. But the ability is what matters. There's no point bringing a really, really good Lawbot out and giving them a really crappy ability. Because no one's going to use it and you'll never see it. So, you know, but there has been bots in there that, you know, no one's hardly ever used in or hardly knows in the lore that are really good in the game. So, you know, I'd never really heard of Minerva before I'd even saw her in the game. To be honest with you, it's like I've got a clue who she is, but you know, made a massive impact in the game. See, Spencer's put, I think the ability would be more valuable on a warrior class bot with more health. Exactly, this is why I like this as well. Some people said backdoor, you can use it for that. Some people said for warriors to keep them alive. Some people have, because Pipes has got like 40k, 50k health, and when you revive, you've got another 40 for 50k health. You can probably keep reviving your tanks and just keep them alive. You know, there's different ways to do this. You know, I like it. We gotta remember that Minerva, if she gets all your bots in a section, so a choke point, she will heal for 100k. Someone put that in the playtest. I went and did the math. I was like, right, actually, 100k. That's a lot of healing, guys. So keep that in mind. And she doesn't have a G1 core and don't have ability 11 yet. So I wouldn't be dead on Minerva yet. I wouldn't stick her to one side and forget about her. But definitely another good option, though. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Candyman, for being a member. Big shout out to you, buddy. Thank you. Thank you to all our members and obviously Candyman as well. Cheers, bud. Star Saver and Redgar. Don't forget though. So I did think about this as well. I did think about sacking. But the problem is, if you drop a sack bot on Redgar and you sack, Redgar will run off. So you're pretty much losing 2 bots. I thought about putting Vector on one and putting Redgar on the other and using both. But then again, you could put a tank down the bottom, let him take some damage, then drop Goldfire and Star Saber, let them do the damage and come back maybe to the land pad. And then if they do die, they'll just come back in. So there's loads of options. I'm sure some really clever people, including myself maybe in text, will work out some really clever ways of using these bots. But there's some people out there even clever than me when it comes to these things. So looking forward to what people are going to do with this bot. Penny Lancaster's going for them, like it. Alpha Transport, insurance when you dare to be stupid. I like that. That should be his slogan. I like that. Spencer's gonna try for the 4-star. I would advise it, honestly. Redgar can make Slash and Ripper Snapper relevant again too. I'm not too sure about that. Maybe I don't know about that. I'm trying to think how. I don't think so. Not really. What else? Matt Paul, it wasn't going to go for the 4-stars. It's my kid's birthday. Looks like it's time to reach the bucket and go for it. Just hit the points in 2 days. Yeah, honestly, I would if you can. Carnage Mac, alright. Redgar going to be Grimlock's new best friend so he can die more than once per battle. Good bot though, honestly. But let me know in the chat what do you think of Redgar? I'm really impressed. I really like him. I was on the fence with the G1 call, but I'm sold now, yeah. Penny Lancaster's put, you're wrong, Wozza. Put a BB anti-heal at the back of the base. Cut will take it out first, then it'll bless later, which is what I would do. Good theory, got to think like a backdoorer. Okay, try that when there is 5 of them. When there is 5 of those next to a Micronus core, good luck taking all 5 out. And that is maybe the length you need to go to. But yeah. Cool. Ultimate Phil, welcome to the stream. Better late than never. We're pretty much just finishing off, but welcome anyway. I'm sure there'll be some questions about Redgar and Outpost. I haven't tested it, but someone else has. But let's give it a whirl anyway. Let's put these out of the way again. Someone said, if you bless a bot with a Redgar then he dies, what happens then? Well, we'll give that a go as well, I think. I'll try my best anyway. I'm trying to think how I can do that. I've got an idea. I've got an idea I can do that. I've got an idea. So we'll put a... We've got a defense there. We've got... Yeah, we'll do it like this, actually. Yeah, it's a good idea, actually, to do this. So, Redgar in an outpost. Spencer's bot, I think it's going to be probably one of the better medic bots in the game with the ability. Yeah. Then we've got... Let's put Robot rather, actually. There we go. And we've got Redgar. Jumps out. There we go. We need to see where he's blessed, actually, don't we? We need to see that. Did Redgar then come back alive? I think Redgar blessed himself, actually. Yeah. Yeah, Redgar blessed himself. That's no use. So yeah, so it does work on defense as such, but Redgar just blesses himself. So sadly not. Let's try it with 2. Let's just try. I want to do a few tests here, actually. Let's just try 2. Let's see if we put 2 outposts next to each other. Let's see what happens then. Again, you've got to time this really well, like, but we'll try it. We can rush pipes in and see. Well, actually, let's just put robust in, actually. Well, now we need to do Ironhide in there, but we'll rush them in. Let's watch the health of the 2 bots. So Redgar's going down. And Redgar's come back to life. Yeah, so. Just check. The Dinobot's not coming back to life. There you go. Just to confirm, so yes, when an outpost, Redgar will just bless himself. Siren Inferno, can you tag a combat? I don't think you can. We'll give it a try again. Let's try... Yeah, we've got Pipes and Zor. I don't think you can bless a combat. They did say in the stream that it can be quite difficult, and I kind of agree that because the minions sort of can get entangled in the placement of the bot, you don't want to tag a bot and go, right, I have made Pipes invincible. I'm going to send him in. And when I lose him, it's fine. And you send him in, and you realise that you blessed the minion rather than the bot, and then you lose Pipes. It can sort of ruin an attack. And it can be quite fiddly, so I'm not too sure it's a good idea. But we'll give it a go anyway. So we'll drop Pipes here a minute. So let's just Pipes over there a minute out of the way. Can we bless? I'm pretty sure that went to Redgar. Pretty sure it blessed Pipes then, I think. No. Can it bless Zor? Did Zor get blessed? No, it can. Interesting. So yeah, you can bless combats. I'm not sure that'll stay or not. I'm not sure that's intentional. But yeah, for the time being, has did Pipes come back to life? What happened then? Did Pipes die? Could be wrong. Let's give that another go a minute. Let's give it another go. Pipes. Let's rush him up there. Out of the way. Let's bless the combat. So you can see there, we blessed the combat. Let's keep a close eye on these three. Should have picked a bot with less health than Pipes, but hey. And there's Pipes. Pipes is gone. Let's just check. Redgar's gone, is he? Yep. And then just to confirm, there is Zor getting hit. And there he is, back to full health. Cool. So yeah, you can bless combats as well. To answer your question. Oh yeah, someone asked about, yeah, let me try that actually, yeah. So a way to test this out would be, so I need gold fire in, I think. So I can rush with low health. So let's push. So what do I want to do again? I'll try again. So I want to see after Blick, you can bless a bot and then Redgar dies and it still works. So let's do gold fire. Redgar a minute. And let's gold fire up there to drag Redgar away. Then we can put him down there. Then we can bless Roadbuster. So Roadbuster is now blessed. Redgar has died. And Roadbuster. Comes back to life. So yeah. So once you've used that blessing, even if Redgar dies, the bot will come back to life. Pretty cool. So yeah, not a bad bot. Who says so myself? Cool. Spencer's put Pirates actually take a lot of damage. The only way he's died from me was with stun. He doesn't get stunned as a warrior, so he can't stun. The only real way to kill Pipes is with the Force Field Disruptors. They remove his shield and kill him pretty easily. So, but then at HO18, there's a lot more damage. He can die. He can die. He is almost indestructible, but he can die. But yeah, very, very cool bot. Okay, what's left? So, dead quick, just want to say, guys, that we are currently on 5,906 subs today. So, if you're not subbed already, guys, hit that subscribe button. We are all really close to 6,000 subs. Ever so close. So, I want to try and get 7,000 subs by the end of the year, which is a lot to ask. But that is the aim. 7,000 by the January the 1st. That is my big aim. But we're close to that 6,000. Can we reach that milestone first? Can we push to 6.5? Can we push to 7K by January? So 6K by, you know, this week, next week, something like that. Can we get to 6.5K by, like, you know, October-ish, November, and then can we get to 7K by 1st Jan? That's the big aim, and I'll be so pleased if we can do that. But big thank you to all my members for supporting me as well. Big thanks to everyone subscribed, and we're gonna do our platinum member giveaway for a $40 gift card. So a big thank you to everyone who's been a member, and I've always said that the more members I get, then the more that I can give away. So as always, what we do is we go on to a random number generator, if I can find it. There we are. So we have 14 platinum members currently. So all I do is give everyone a number, random number, and that person wins a $40 gift card every other month. Dead simple. So if you are currently a member, just a normal basic member, consider being a platinum member to get in this draw. And if you're not a member at all, then you know, maybe you should do it as well, maybe. But today, so here are my platinum members. So we have number 1, we've got Christopher Falls. Number 2, we've got Arturo Mlaziva. I think I've got that right. Number 3, my good friend Tex. Number 4, no one. It's a nice name to be fair. But that's gonna be weird that no one won. I'm sure someone's trolling me. Number 5 is Dojak. Number 6 is Joker. Number 7 is Simon Hayes. Number 8 is Grind Time. Number 9 is Kilcannon. Number 10 is Freesius. Number 11 is Grimlador. Number 12 is Penny Lancaster. Number 13 is Chris Lewis. Number 14 is Stay Puffed. So just to go through them again. 1, Christopher Falls. 2, Arturo Maziva. Number 3 is Tex. Number 4 is No One. Number 5 is Dojak. Number 6 is Joker. Number 7 is Simon Hayes. Number 8 is Grind Time. Number 9 is Kilcannon. Number 10 is Freesius. Number 11 is Grimlador. Number 12 is Penny Lancaster. Number 13 is Chris Lewis. And number 14 is Stay Puffed. And they are the 14 platinum members in the giveaway draw. So good luck, guys. Let's see who wins. And the winner is number 11, and that is Grimlador. Congratulations, Grimlador. So if you hit me up on Discord, we will get you your either iTunes or either your Google Play gift card. So hit me up on Discord. But big thank you to all my members, like I said, and big shout out to the platinum members. And yeah, well done, guys. And on to the next draw, which will be end of October. We will do it all again. So probably giving away $400, $500 now of gift cards on this channel. So a lot of gift cards given away. But yeah, a big thank you to you guys. You know, it's the money I generate from these memberships that I sort of do this to sort of give something back. So big thank you, guys. But yeah, that is it for today's stream. Big thank you to everyone tuning in. Good luck for getting Redgar or Junk Keep if you are going for them. And there might be a few changes coming. Don't forget, guys, nothing is 100% finalised, but it'll give a really good idea on how the bot is operating right now and give you a very good idea. So I can't see many more changes coming, but you never know, some slight changes might come. But good luck for the endurance. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See you next week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to become a member if you feel like doing. Be in the draw and see some videos earlier than everyone else. Thanks for watching, guys. And as always, peace out.